2 months ago, I learned I have a rare heart condition. My doctors told me I needed open heart surgery immediately or risked a life-threatening aortic rupture. I have a family that depends on me, and I run an air filter manufacturing company that makes $22 million per month. We employ entire small towns across America. People need me. The stakes couldn't be higher. This experience taught me a lot about how to keep calm under pressure. You can stop worrying and take the time to understand these principles. You won't recognize yourself once you do. When you face a health crisis, every assumption you have about life gets tested. And what I discovered about how we all avoid hard truths will surprise you. When I got hit with this health issue, it was terrifying. Having young kids made it even harder. This is one of those moments where doubt seeps in and you get scared. It's a very fragile time, but I made a commitment to myself. I was going to find the best care, make the right decision, and expect the best outcomes. Here's what surprised me most. My heart condition is genetic, so I told my family they should get tested for it too. But even after seeing what I went through, I noticed people were still afraid to get tested. They'd rather keep their head in the sand, thinking what they didn't know can't hurt them. And I get it. I was afraid too. It was terrifying. But that fear is exactly why we have to take action, not avoid it. What I realized is that calmness doesn't come from avoiding problems. It comes from acting on them. There's actually a name for this, a bias for action. The more you move towards your fears, the less power they have over you. When you take ownership of your situation, when you plan, act, and decide, you trade anxiety for agency. That's how I've lived my whole life, whether it's in business or health. I don't sit around hoping for good outcomes. I demand them through action. This experience forced me to ask one critical question that will define the rest of your life. And the answer isn't what most people think. I asked myself, what am I going to regret? And I realized it's not the things I tried and failed at. It's the things I wanted to do but didn't do because I was too afraid to even try. I've lived my life avoiding those regrets, and I am so thankful for that. But this health crisis clarified it even more. It reminded me exactly what matters most and what doesn't. Life isn't about perfection. It's about finding your way through and committing to finding your way through. That's what this whole experience taught me. When you get close to the edge, when you're forced to think about what actually matters, you realize how much you've been putting off. I realized there were areas of my life where I had been playing defense, waiting for the perfect moment instead of creating it. And the truth is, the perfect moment never comes. You create it through action. There's a simple exercise I use whenever I feel paralyzed by fear or uncertainty. I call it name it, then plan it. If you're feeling anxious about something, say calling a doctor or starting a new business, write it down. Then write down your plan. If I feel nervous calling my doctor, I will dial the number, hit call, and stay on the line. You take what feels overwhelming and you make it specific. Because at the end of the day, it's not the things you failed at that haunt you, it's the things you never had the courage to begin. The mindset that made me a millionaire also kept me healthy. I'm very thankful my mindset made a difference. I committed to expecting the best outcomes and demanding the best outcomes. That doesn't mean everything goes perfect, but it does mean you're committed to finding your way through. So I took all my business principles and applied them to this health problem. I attacked it head on with the same approach I'd use for any business challenge. Here's exactly what that looked like. Diagnose the problem, get the facts, gather data before making decisions, identify the variables you can control, bring in experts. The same way I hire great people in business, I found the best doctors I could. And then you got to commit fully once you decide. In business, half measures kill progress. It's the same in life. Stay calm under pressure. Problems are solved by steady hands, not panic. That's the mindset that built my company, and it's the same mindset that helped me stay alive. Now, I want to be clear. Having a positive mindset isn't about pretending everything's fine. That's toxic positivity. A positive mindset isn't denial, it's discipline. It's choosing to believe that even if things aren't okay right now, you'll find a way to make them okay. When life feels chaotic, structure brings calm. And once you start treating your personal crises like solvable problems, you realize most of them are. I recently saw this phrase that perfectly captures everything I've been feeling. And if you take nothing else from this story, take this paradox that will change how you approach every single day. It's the ultimate balance. Urgency with patience. Intensity with perspective. Jeff Bezos once laid out 6 principles that helped Amazon become what it is today. But honestly, you can apply every single one of these to your life. Number 1, day 1. Bezos always said it's always day one. That means treating every day like a startup, paranoid, scrappy, obsessed, because day two, that's complacency. That's decline. Number two, make high velocity decisions. Some decisions are reversible, some aren't. If it's reversible, make it fast. Don't overthink it. If it's a one-way door, slow down and be intentional. Number three, one of my favorites, have a bias for action. Don't wait for perfect information. Momentum reveals truth faster than meetings do. Number four, long-term urgency. Build for the next 20 years, but attack every single day like it's your last. Number five, disagree and commit. You don't need consensus to move forward, but once the direction you're going in is clear, align and go. And number six, customer obsession. In your personal life, that means being obsessed with your mission, your health, your family, your purpose. Right before the surgery, I did one thing that centered me. I wrote down every outcome I could control and every one I couldn't. Then I focused only on the first list. That's when the fear faded, because calmness isn't about pretending you're not scared. It's about accepting reality and still choosing to move forward. This brings me to the core realization that hit me harder than anything else. And it's a choice you're making every single day, whether you realize it or not. I sit here today more fired up than ever about the things that I want to achieve and build. And that's because I view myself as the creator of my own life. I want you to feel that too, to live in a way that's consistent with what will actually make you feel fulfilled at the end of your life. So many of us live in fear, in doubt, in uncertainty, and it's easy to stay there because it feels safe. But it's not. If you let it, fear will trap you. And I've learned that when you start expecting bad outcomes, life tends to deliver them. When I start to feel myself slipping into fear or doubt, I catch it. I pause and I ask, am I creating right now or accepting? That simple question pulls me back into motion. It reminds me that I get to choose my response every single time. There's also a great framework called WHOOP, and it's actually backed by research from the NIH. It's simple but powerful. WHOOP stands for Wish, Outcome, Obstacle, Plan. Here's how it works. You start with a wish, something you really want. Picture the best outcome. What would it feel like to get it? Then name the obstacle. What's actually in your way? And finally, make an if-then plan. If this obstacle shows up, then I'll do this. Now here's the cool part. They actually tested this. A study took a group of medical residents and split them into two. Half used WHOOP and half just set regular goals. Then they tracked what happened for a few weeks. The WHOOP group didn't just plan better, they followed through. They put in more time, stayed consistent, and stuck with their goals far longer than the traditional goal-setting group. Why? Because WHOOP forces you to face the obstacle head on. So when doubt shows up, and believe me, it will, your brain already knows what to do. Action kicks in automatically. Okay, if you want to take your business to the next level, I want to learn more. In 2026, I'll be visiting, and who knows, maybe even investing in some of my favorite boring businesses in the world. Send your pitch to the email on the screen now, and then tell me a bit about your business, where you're located, and what you're hoping to accomplish next. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. If you want to be your best self, watch my video on why you need to stop working so hard here.